Yeah, hi Pep. Phil Foden scored on his last two trips to Anfield. Also got the hat trick against United. How is he becoming one of your sort of men for the big occasion, Phil?
Well, Phil is a threat. He's an important player up front for many things, but it's a new game. So it's the same when asked me, "Oh, this guy didn't score in the last 3-4 games." It's new game. New game. Have to start from zero. What do you have to do?
He went past 50 goals for City as well recently. I mean, is he?
Yeah, a lot.
Getting more goals.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of goals. Play a lot of games, important ones, and always he produced something special. Definitely.
Hi, Pep. Can you tell us if you've changed anything about the way you approach going to Anfield? Because in the early days when you went there with City, it felt like the team maybe melted a little bit under that pressure. They were caught out a few times.
I had the feeling always in Anfield we behave really well. In other games, maybe in the last 2 games, we were a little bit soft for different circumstances. But you have to behave at top level in terms with, and especially without the ball, and being active in second balls and many things. And like, but in Anfield, winning or losing, always behave with incredible, huge personality. We have played that.
And as a manager who's managed the biggest stadiums in the world, how does the Anfield atmosphere compare?
No, it's one of the biggest ones, the nicest ones, and it's a joy to be there and be part of this type of game. So, but I said before, the air is important, but at the same time, it's a football game, and it's what Liverpool is important is the quality that they have.
Hi, Pep. In your time here, you've had different challenges, whether it's Chelsea or Man United or Liverpool now. They've all had good seasons and they've had poor seasons, while you've always been able to maintain. If you haven't won the league, you finish second usually. What do you put that consistency down to?
On ourselves?
Yeah.
This is I said many times, this is our biggest achievement I've done as a team. But everything can change immediately. So with 3 months ago, Liverpool was fighting for unprecedented situation in the English football. The fight for 4 titles, won 2, he lost for 1 point, and in the final he had more shots on target, more chances, more everything than the opponent, and they lost. So for just 2 little details, they could not achieve something that never before a team in English team would have done. This is the same team, with the same manager, with the same. But the moments happen, we will have. We try to avoid it, to have bad moments, but we will have. And it's part of the nature of the competition, and that I pay zero attention about, they are good moment or bad moment. I analyze how is the team and always spending the best of them. And this is what we have to approach. And it's not necessary to tell to the players. They know, because in the last years we fought for all the competitions and all the titles, and close, really close. And we were a little bit better, especially in the Premier League, but nothing changed the opinion I can have about them.
Hi Pep. I think you just said you think your team was a little bit soft in the last couple of games. So how can you be harder? Can you just explain a little bit what you mean, please?
Well, you have to win duels. When they push you, you have to push. When you are there, you have to be there. And in the semi-finals, the FA Cup, because of course it was tough to recover the incredible effort we have done in Champions League. And the Community Shield, still we are not ready. They were in one pace higher than us, and without that, against that team, you cannot compete.
I'm sorry, I thought you meant the recent league game, your recent games this season, but you didn't mean that. You meant previous.
Yeah. No. Recent. I'm talking. I don't have any complaints about the players in the recent week. I've said the last 2 times we play against them.
Pep, I think everybody would love to see your rivalry with Liverpool go on for years. I mean, regarding your contract here, is it something that you'd want sorted out before the World Cup, or could you see that dragging on?
I don't know. As you know now, I'm not thinking 1 second about that. I have 2 weeks, I think so, no, 2-3 weeks before the World Cup. Like, this is the most important thing. So we have time after we talk.
Mo Salah looked sort of, if not back to his best, then back amongst the goals the other night. I wondered what you made of the second half performance for Liverpool against Rangers, and if you could sort of talk about the respective threats posed by Erling Haaland and Mo Salah.
This type of players always has scored goals in his career. They are going to score all the time. Sometimes they struggle a little bit because the team maybe is not in their best, but the quality are there. So both players, they have chance. They can convert it. So they are so good. So, and yeah, they scored 3 goals last game. They show in nothing. So they know it's not necessary. I was said before, we play many times against Liverpool. It's not necessary to say Salah don't score goals to know now he's not going to score goals anymore. No, so score always is going to score. We know that.
Hi Pep. Erling is one of a few players who isn't going to the World Cup in your squad. What are the plans for him during that time? Will he be allowed to kind of go away for a few weeks? Or
Yeah. I don't know the plan, but maybe 10 days, 2 weeks will be off, can go holidays with the family and come back 2 weeks to reignite our rhythm and come back for after World Cup.
And how beneficial will it be for him? Because you said
I'm pretty sure he'll prefer with Norway go to the World Cup. Every player want to play World Cup, that's for sure. But unfortunately, he cannot go, and when try next time in 4 years or in 2 years for the European Cup and focus in his club.
Hi Pep, Alan Shearer wrote yesterday in the Athletic that if Hurricane played for City, he would score as many goals as Haaland. Is it that simple?
I don't know. I don't have the ability to know exactly what will happen if Hurricane will be here. He's with Tottenham and playing a lot of goals, but I don't know what happened.
And
maybe Alan knows better than me because he was a striker, so I don't know.
And for the game on Sunday, do you do anything differently because it's Liverpool?
Absolutely not. I hope you have to pay attention the movement they have and they play in different shape, but the concept is quite similar. They play with more strikers or more midfield players. Nothing changed. You have to adapt, of course, but we adapt against Copenhagen. I play 5 in the back when he played 4 in the back in the first half. So we adapt in these kind of things to defend, to attack. Yeah, normally. So it depends on the opponent's move. You have to adapt that. But in general, try all the time to impose our game. Sometimes we can, sometimes not.